perfect family just because we divorced. And I was like, no, we're just doing our best out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's all you can do.
It's crazy. Like my family in Panama, from my mom's side, they're not perfect either. I mean, especially when my grandmother passed away. I mean, the fighting over the territory of the farm, the land. It's like who's gonna take it, who's living on it, and this and that. Like it caused a little bit of some issues, but I mean, you get through it. You tread through it.
I think even the most perfect families, unless there's like a hard set, this is what's going to happen. You let something come up like money or land or whatever.
Yeah.
It starts to creep in. So go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you guys? Well, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, like, have you guys ever like fought? Your family like fought hands,
physically fought?
Yes. Yeah.
I've been threatened by them, but I've
Yeah.
never physically
Oh
had
my
to
gosh.
do it.
I mean, my sister and I used to like.
Nah, no, I mean like throwing him. My cousin and I, we almost got into it because she accused me of doing something very naughty, and I was like, nah, it got bad. I mean, my mom had to get in the middle of it and everything.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got threatened, but at the time I was probably 18 and the guy was like 45, and I'm like, sit your old ass down. Before I sit your old ass down. How about that? And then I know you got bad knees. You ain't getting back up. So I want to hear about your family dysfunction, but let's do it in a fun, lighthearted way.
Yeah.
You hear us, we're giggling, we're laughing. We don't want to hear the super sad dysfunction, the Miley Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus type dysfunction.
Yes.
Let's hear about that. Gonna hook somebody up with tickets to check out Universal Orlando Resort. Summertime at Universal Orlando, from DreamWorks Land to the Mega Movie Parade. You can check out a bonus chance to win at XL1067.com, but we'll hook you up right now. Just want to hear a little bit about your family dysfunction. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067 on the XL mobile. That's 41067 and hit send. Live stream is back up and running. You can hit us there. You can hit us on social media. Make your family dysfunction fun, and you can win tickets to check out Universal Orlando Resorts on Johnny's House. Kendrick Lamar and SZA, Luther XL 1067, Orlando's #1 hit music station. It is Johnny's House on a Thursday morning. In celebrity news earlier today, Ray told you about Miley Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus, their little dysfunctional family. We all have our little dysfunctions, but we're keeping the fun in dysfunctional and hooking somebody up with tickets to check out Universal Orlando Resort. Maybe you could take your family there.
There you go.
Just leave the dysfunction at home when you take your family there. So we're going to talk to Erica. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
All right, tell us about your dysfunctional family, but keep it fun.
Okay, so I laugh about it now. As a kid, it wasn't funny, but whenever I looked at family photos, everyone on my father's side of the family had blonde hair and blue eyes, and I had brown curly hair, except for one aunt, and I thought that she had given birth to me and given me up for adoption. And so I always said I wasn't a part of the family, and I always said, I must have been adopted. I don't belong in this family. And so when I became a teenager, they actually did disown me. And so when I came back to go to my grandmother's funeral, they actually tried to have me removed because they said I already had removed myself from the family because I swore I was adopted and I didn't belong to anyone in that family. So they actually said, no, you are no longer a part of this family because you think that you aren't a part of it because you don't look like us. Turns out I was never adopted. I just looked like one person who happened to have the same genes as me far down the line from like 3 generations ago.
Oh my gosh.
See, 23andMe would have solved that for you.
Yeah.
But that's messed up. They wouldn't let you go.
Seriously.
You don't want to be here to get out.
No, I went to the church and they actually tried to have me removed. I had to ask the priest to allow me to stay and I had to sit in the far back away from everyone else.
Oh my gosh. Talk about drama.
And the one thing that really topped it off was the one aunt that I looked for was actually the worst one out of the whole family. She was like a hypochondriac. She was just evil. And so she came up to me at the funeral and acted as though I was her long lost daughter and was like, oh, my sweet baby, how are you? I miss you so much. And I'm like, it's been 20 plus years since you've seen me and I don't belong to you.
Yo, that's wild.
All right, Erica, hang on one second.
What a mess.
No,
Hey, look, you say you don't want to be part of the family? Get out.
She must
Okay,
have been saying
but
that.
grandma has died and I still
Wonderful.
want to. Oh,
You're just going to
my.
disown your own kid.
She disowned the family. She said, y'all didn't make me. I'm out of here. And they said, okay, sit in the back. That's what happens. Well, at least it turned out okay. Lisa, good morning.
Morning.
All right. Your dysfunctional family, but keep it fun.
It's definitely the Miley Cyrus version. So I had a black tie wedding 20 years ago, and my uncle, who, works the farm, showed up in his farm attire with my cousin, his youngest son, not even the older one, his youngest son's ex-girlfriend, brought her as his +1 to my wedding.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So a few years ago, me and my daughters moved 1,000 miles away to Florida.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. That's pretty bold to roll up
That-
with your kid's ex as your +1.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yes, and his son came with the new girlfriend. It was so awkward. It was
Oh.
so awkward.
We love to hear it.
The same uncle, 10 years later, when my mom and dad moved to Florida, kicked his then wife out and made her move in with my grandma, and or he thought into my parents' home up north,
Whereabouts y'all from?
Maryland.
Oh, okay. Because I would have guessed Arkansas or someplace like that,
Yeah.
Mississippi,
No,
perhaps.
well, I mean, some of the family, absolutely.
Hang on, Lisa. Okay, see, these are good. These are lighthearted. These are fun dysfunctionals.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. Tiffany, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, tell us about your dysfunctional family, but keep it fun.
Okay, so my parents were, both working parents. There were 9 of us. And so when there's 9 kids in one house and we're usually like left by ourselves, like the older kids take care of the little kids and all that stuff. So we would fight. And I'm not talking about like, oh, I'm mad at you. We would like scrap. I had scars on my face from my brother scratching me. We had a point where my mom was like, she took my brother and sister to the doctor and they were like, you guys cannot fight because if their spleen ruptures, they are going to die. And so we had to go a week without fighting. And it was the longest week of our lives because
Wow.
we would fight and we would, you pick sides and all these things. And I didn't know we were dysfunctional until 5th grade. We were playing Oregon Trail and my teacher separated us into groups. And like my family group was functioning and there was one group they couldn't. And that was the first time I heard dysfunctional family. And I was like, oh, That's like us.
Oh my god.
Hang on, Tiffany. Those are all such
Those
good
are
stories.
good.
All right, so we got to vote then
Yeah.
in the room. So we have Erica, who had to sit in the back of the funeral because she disowned the family, so they disowned her right back. We got Lisa, who had a hillbilly wedding, even though it really wasn't a hillbilly wedding because they're from Maryland, but it sounded like they're from Arkansas. And then Tiffany, who had to stop sibling fight club or there was going to be a ruptured spleen. These are all very good stories. So we're voting on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's unanimous.
Yeah.
It's unanimous. Erica, when you don't get to sit in the right seat at your grandmama's funeral because you disowned your family and they disowned you back, 23andMe would have solved it all, but you guys were a little too early for that. Congratulations. Tickets to check out Universal Orlando Resort.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling. Hang on one
That's so
second.
messed up.
They were all
Seriously.
great stories.
Yeah.
There's a bonus chance to win online at xl1067.com. Ray, what you working on in celebrity news?
Did you hear? Remember Silento? Silento.
Oh, yes.
Did you see what
the
happened
whipping
to
the
him?
nay right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't see that.
Oh, I'm gonna fill you in.
All right. Next, 3 minutes away in Johnny's house on XL1067.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right. Do we still have some Silento in the system?
Ooh,
I feel like we might not.
I think maybe we do.
But yeah, so we all know him back from 2015. So 10 years ago, he came out with the Whip Nay Nay song.
That was a very
Mhm.
viral dance. My
Yes.
son and your ex-wife used to send each other battle videos.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
So do we have it?
I'm looking at
Oh, okay. So anyways, but he was just sentenced
Oh,
to
yeah,
30
we
years in
do.
prison. 30 years in prison.
That is wild.
Yes, he pled guilty to charges related to the fatal shooting of his cousin.
That's like a third of your life, bro.
30 years.
Did he say how he like the kill?
It was a shooting. So unfortunately, he pled guilty, but mentally ill charges is what he pled mentally ill. And so, but they still found him. I see you doing the dance, Brian.
Yeah, for
They
real.
still found him guilty. So yeah, he's going to spend 30 years behind bars. What they're saying is that he also pled guilty to aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the whole shooting. He had a felony and all of that. So the separate felony murder charge was dropped, and now he was pled guilty for this.
Wow.
So I
That is
mean,
wild.
30 years. So goodbye to him. That's unfortunate. I hate when these people have like one hits and then like you fall in love with them and you want more from them. And then all of a sudden, like later down the road, then this happens.
Yeah.
It's like,
Then you can't even enjoy their one hit.
I know. Amanda Seyfried, she is from Mean Girls, and I guess she's got some beef with Paramount over Mean Girls, or at least that's what she's saying, that she hasn't been paid much for it. So during a recent interview with Variety, she was talking about how it seems that like the movie, since it came out, she really hasn't seen a lot of like the money that she should be coming from that. We always say that you get paid royalties and all of that, especially if you go to a streaming service. But she said, I haven't. She said, it's not often enough that I see this. But she said, I really love seeing my face on people's t-shirts. And she's talking about the other merchandise that comes from Mean Girls as well. So Mean Girls is obviously like a pop culture staple.
Right.
So there's a lot of like,
I've never seen it.
if you go to like TJ Maxx, sometimes they have mugs with like some of the sayings on it,
I've heard
or like
all
Mean
the
Girl
sayings
shirts.
so many times.
And she's like, none of that she gets to see the money from. And so she's like, I'm a little resentful because Paramount still owes her some money. Every store that sells Mean Girls t-shirts with their faces and photographs, Paramount, I guess, is keeping the money and they don't see any of it. So she's got it out for Paramount now. So I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
I'll watch it eventually one day because I do know all the
You have to
references.
see it.
The Make Fetch Happen and something about Wednesdays.
Maybe this
Did we do
weekend.
something on Wednesdays or something like that.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
We wore pink on Wednesdays. I knew we
Yes.
did something on Wednesdays. I just didn't know what it was.
Also, I've got a list of the best dads in movie history. If you want to chime in or agree with this, because
Sure.
Father's Day is this weekend.
Okay,
Brian Mills, who is Liam Neeson in Taken.
dude, if you don't
Yeah.
think that's the best dad ever, now he's a
Seriously.
little bit too overprotective, which is what leads his daughter to do what
I
she
mean,
does.
his daughter was kidnapped.
I understand, but the reason she felt like she had to lie to him to begin with is
Yeah.
because he wouldn't let her do anything because he was super CIA guy.
Okay.
At the same time, my man did go into the underground world of human trade to catch her.
He did.
So, well, okay.
And too bad Johnny's not here for you two to say your famous line.
I what is it? Yeah. I don't have many. I don't have much money. Oh God, what does it say? Now I'm blank.
I got to say.
I know this certain set of skills part, but I like the very
Yes.
beginning part. I don't know
I
who
don't
you
know.
are. I
So
don't
I'll
know what,
continue though. So
I don't
think
know
about
what
it.
you want. I don't have any money, but what I do have is a set of skills. A set of skills that I've acquired over a long career. A set of skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, I will not hunt you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will find you and I will kill you.
Very good.
Good luck.
Chevy Chase, Clark Griswold in the Vacation series. Obviously, he is one of the best dads in movie history.
I do think he does a great job of being a dad.
He is funny.
He's too good, which is why everything always goes sideways for him.
Yeah, we've got Robin Williams and Miss Doubtfire. Yes.
Okay, yes, but I'm finding the flaw here. He did pretend to be a woman and lie to his ex-wife in order to see his kids. Now, he did it for
But
a
he
good
wanted
reason.
to be with his children.
I understand that. But
Okay.
at the same time, a man did perpetrate a big lie. And the reason he got thrown out is because he was acting a fool at his house to begin with.
Well, I'm going to round out the list with Bruce Willis and Armageddon.
Never seen Armageddon because
It was a good one.
Bruce Willis is on my list of actors I don't watch.
I know.
Hmm.
But this one I agree with. Arnold Schwarzenegger in Jingle All the Way. That movie where he's trying to get the doll for his son for Christmas.
Right.
One of my favorite movies, and I think he's one of the best dads ever, even
Okay.
though he waited too late to get the doll.
Right. There's a flaw in all of these dads.
Yes.
But I mean,
Mhm.
dads are flawed people. So that's okay.
There you go.
But they do all seem to turn it around and become good dads
Yes.
in the end. So Nerys has got what's trending. We'll get you updated on that after Gracie Abrams on Johnny's House. It's XO 1067.
I could go and read your mind. Think about your dumb face all the time. Living in your glass house, I'm outside. Looking in the big blue eyes. Did it just to hurt me, make me cry? Smiling through it all, yeah, that's my life. You're an idiot. Now I'm sure. Now I'm positive. I should go and warn her.
Johnny's House, 9:10 on a Thursday morning. Nerys working on what's trending. What you got going on?
Yeah, you got to hear about this mom who's teaching her kid how to use a credit card, and you won't believe how young she is.
Well, I mean, it's good to know, but you probably shouldn't teach them too young how
Mm-mm.
easy it is to buy stuff. We'll get
Mhm.
what's trending after Sabrina Carpenter. It's Please, 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 Thursday morning, 9:10. You're listening to Johnny's House on XO 1067. Orlando's number one hit music station, XL 1067. It is 9:13 on a Thursday morning. Naris, what is trending?
Yes, but before we get into what's trending, just want to continue giving our love and respect to the lives lost during the Pulse tragedy that took place 9 years ago. To the friends, families, and loved ones who were also affected. We are thinking of you. We love you. And a shout out to our Orlando community who continues to show up and bring light to this tragedy. So there's a survey from Lending Tree Survey found that 1 in 4 parents are adding their children under 18 as authorized users on credit and debit cards to help build their credit early. But this one mom in particular, Shannon Ho, who is, she's going viral for following this trend, and she's being recognized for her 2-year-old daughter using a credit card. The mom says that her daughter will literally use the credit card and teach her the ways of spending. And one of her favorite things to buy is Cheerios. But this is kind of cool because these everyday shopping trips, they help teach money habits. And experts are saying that it can help get kids set up for better financial opportunities later in life. But parents, just make sure y'all paying those bills to avoid harming their credit.
Well, yeah, because you'll get them in a hole before they
Yeah.
even start if you don't do that.
Mhm.
And teach them not to abuse it.
Yes,
Because once they
that's
get older
huge.
and they're like, ooh, I could just
Yeah.
get this.
Yeah, but to think to start at like 2 years old, I mean, genius, but not early.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think, I think
Yeah.
it kind of at too young of an age shows them how easy it is to buy things when you don't have money. I'm trying to teach my son, if you can't afford it today, don't buy it.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah.
get older, you need a credit card for like, renting a hotel room or a car or whatever. Great. But I'm sorry,
Mhm.
like if you, as far as at the store goes, if you can't buy it today at his age, then you can't afford it.
There's a wholesome video going viral right now of Republican Jim Clyburn, a long-serving congressman and father who showed his parental side during a press conference and went out of his way to hold and carry his fellow Republican Brittany Pedersen's infant son during a press event. So you see the video of Brittany. She's going up to the stand with her infant that she's holding. The baby is sleeping and everything. And then Jim, he kindly just asks, he's like, here, let me help. And he goes out of the way and holds the baby.
Aw.
But he's a
it's-
politician, so he was just trying to suck the soul out of that baby.
Oh, you think so?
Oh,
You think
okay.
so?
That's
Yeah.
what politicians do.
They all played it out. Yeah, but it's a very wholesome video. It's going viral right now.
Yeah, she fell for it. Like, let me get some of that soul. I'm a politician. I gotta suck the soul of the baby. And I know, don't hit me and tell me I'm being partisan. I don't care.
You got another DM.
I know.
Of course.
I know. Gonna talk about Father's Day and this funny poll that I saw, and some of the things that women had to teach their significant others, the fathers, the men in their life, that they should have already known. Some of the stuff on the list is pretty funny. We'll do it after Benson Boone. Sorry, I'm here for someone else. Johnny's House on XL 1067. Benson Boone on Orlando's #1 hit music station, XL 1067, Johnny's House on a Thursday morning. Tomorrow, the show is going to be out on location.
Yeah.
Part of what we're doing for the summer, kind of bringing the world tour back. We've done it numerous times. I mean, since I first started here, we've been doing the little world tour. And tomorrow, we're hitting a cool spot down at Point Orlando called Activate Orlando.
Yeah, so it's right there, Point Orlando. Like you said, it's like 60 to 90-minute game experiences that you can have, but we're going to be broadcasting there all tomorrow morning. So 6 to 10, you can come on out. And they're opening the facility for us to play with you guys so you can experience it. But it's cool because you can become a member and the games
It's like a
are
gaming
interactive.
league. So
Yeah.
it keeps score and like ranks you, which I'm a nerd for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it's like an interactive kind of game where your body is like the controller and the game rooms change. So it's not always going to be the same every time you go. But yeah, it's really cool. So if you want to compete against your friends or us or have a birthday party there, you can come and experience it tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, and it's a cool way to stay active without like going out in this heat and sweating to death because
Yes.
it's so hot. But it all looks really cool. So we'll be doing it tomorrow. We'll throw up some videos on our Instagram too if you can't make it out there. But if you can and you want to swing by Point Orlando and check out Activate Orlando, we'll be doing it live tomorrow morning from there. So Father's Day is on Sunday. And I came across this video and I thought it was pretty funny. There's a TikToker that asked people to share something you had to teach your husband, the father of your kids, that they should have already known. So some of the examples, my husband originally thought that my newborn was going to drink 3 bottles a day. So
Oh.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They thought that's what all because they thought kids eat like adults eat.
Oh no.
They didn't realize that's not how it works. So they had to teach him that. Someone else said, I had to teach him that fabric softener is not the same as detergent. He washed his clothes for 2 years without detergent,
No.
thinking that when you put the fabric softener in, you also cleaning your clothes.
Yeah,
At
I
least it
did that in
smelled
high
good.
school. I thought the same thing,
Yeah,
but thank
but-
God my mom told me.
Right. You were in high school.
Yeah.
So what did you have to teach your significant other that they already should have known? Can you think of anything, Ray, that you have to, or maybe you had to get taught? If you can
I don't-
admit that. So my wife, she's not good with geography. I know
Okay.
she don't care if I tell this story because I laugh at her all the time.
Mhm.
She's not good at geography. When it comes to navigating, it's me or a GPS.
Mhm.
She's just not good at it. She did not know in the world where Hawaii was because it's always in that little box
Oh, on a map.
on a map in the United States.
Yes.
So she thought it was just, to the west and to the south of California. Because on a map in the
Yeah.
box, that's
it's right
where
there.
Hawaii is. It's in the little box just to the left and to the south of California.
That's funny.
So she always just thought that's where Hawaii was. So when I first told her, I'm like, no, it's like halfway around the world. Like you have
Yeah.
to fly forever to get. She's like, no, it's right by California. I'm like, no, it's not.
it's right there though.
But it is an island. And in her defense, if you look at a flat map, that's where it is.
Yeah.
It's in a box right down there by California.
Mhm.
So I had to teach her that that's not where Hawaii
That's really
is.
funny.
Yes. So
I don't know. This is so hard. I feel like Kim teaches me so much about like medical stuff because obviously she's in medical and I'm
right.
like, oh, we need to do this now. Or like I used to over panic about things, but now I'm like,
Yeah, I think that would be like a double-edged sword. So on the one hand, she can keep you calm when
Yeah.
you're probably overreacting. On the other
Yeah.
hand, she knows too much.
well, like I have surgery coming up next month and
Right.
like she is researching it and then she's telling me all these things that I need to do to prepare. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't this worried before and now she's worried.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's just medical things like that.
Yeah. Nerissa, I know you don't have a significant other per se
Mhm.
currently, but in the past you have. So have you ever had to teach them something that they probably should have already known? Or if you can admit it, which I know is hard for you to do, that you didn't know something that someone had to teach you.
Gosh, everything in life. No, my ex, when we were living together a few years ago, I realized he was really bad with his spendings. I had to it was like pulling teeth, getting the monthly mortgage payment from his side of the portion.
Oh gosh.
Bro, I had to sit him down. One, take away his credit cards to stop using it. Yeah. And then just kind of like teach him the way that my mom taught me. I was like, here's a list of lines of your spendings and what it visually looks like every time
So you
you're
taught him how to budget.
Yes, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean, in his defense, if you grew up not doing it, and if you grew up with no like money,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you didn't learn that stuff. Like I that's why I got my first credit card with the limit of $5,000, and by noon that day, I spent the full $5,000
Ooh.
because you don't know that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's actually, while it didn't end up well for you guys, good for him that he ran into you. So he
Yeah.
learned how to budget. At least he took something out of it.
Yeah, and the one thing that he did teach me was a lot of car things. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to change my oil. I'm still going to go to take 5 or something. But he did teach me how to change my oil and
that's
also
nice.
change a tire. Like, I mean, I knew how to do it, but it's one
Basic.
of those where it's like, if you don't do it after a
Mhm.
while, it's like,
Yeah.
how do you do this again?
Like basic car maintenance. There you
Yeah.
go. That's good. So what did you have to teach your significant other? If you want to say your husband or your dad, that's cool, but we'll open it up to everybody. What did you have to teach your significant other that you think they probably should have already known? Gonna hook somebody up. Father's Day is coming. You could treat the father in your life to a premium service at Hammer and Nails. It's valued at $165. It's a really cool spot, kind of like a men's grooming club. They do manicures, pedicures. They do the straight razor shaves. They also do obviously haircuts, but it's really cool. You go in, it's like a kind of a speakeasy type vibe. They got TVs everywhere. They'll make you a drink while you wait. And I mean like a real drink. You can have like a beer if you want, but they'll also make you an old fashioned, whatever you want, if you're 21 and over, of course. $165 to check out Hammer and Nails. Just going to find out what you had to teach your significant other that they should have already known, or if you could admit that they taught you something you should have already known. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You can hit us up on the XL Mobile. That's 41067 and hit send. Of course, the live stream on the YouTube. You can watch that all the time and chime in there and on our social media. What did you have to teach your significant other that they should have already known? Going to hook somebody up with a $165 gift card to Hammer and Nails. We'll do it next on Johnny's House. Rihanna on Orlando's #1 hit music station, XL 1067. Thursday morning, 9:36. You're listening to Johnny's House. Obviously, Johnny out today. He'd be proud, though. I just took a big mouthful of popcorn before the break started.
He would say that was very unprofessional of you.
I know.
And what are you teaching us young broadcasters?
And I learned it from him. So he's right.
Yeah.
So he's right. And popcorn is hard to eat right before you're supposed to talk.
Seriously, I have like a kernel in the back of my throat.
Look,
Scratch it back there.
it's been a long day. I was telling them I feel like today's been like 3 months on the radio this morning.
Yep.
So sorry for that. I ate a little bit of popcorn right before the break started. Father's Day on Sunday. Talking about things that you had to teach your significant other that you feel like they should have already known. Somebody dropped a list on the list. And this is funny because we've debated this before. Someone said they had to teach their husband that you just don't let the water and the soap from your body run down your legs, therefore cleaning your feet.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I'm looking at you because you're the only person in this room
No, because I got attacked
in front of me.
years ago for saying that I did that I don't directly, or I didn't. I do now.
Right.
I've been harassed into washing my
Right.
feet.
No. You've been taught.
I've been harassed.
No, you made a
I was
mistake.
harassed.
You were making
I
mistakes.
was told that was gross.
And then someone
I
explained to
was
you
told that
why
I
it
was
was a
dirty.
mistake and you accepted it and then you changed your ways.
And so I changed my way.
That's what adults do. Pretty impressive, right?
I did let the soap run down.
Right. And that's
And
not
then I would
washing
rub
your
my
feet.
feet with the little suds.
But
Mhm.
different if you rub them. You were basically just saying gravity gonna handle it.
Whatever.
And gravity don't handle it. That's just not how it works.
My
And
toes
so
are fine.
she had to teach her husband that you wash your feet. You just don't let gravity run your soap down your legs, picking up all the dirt along the way, and then wash your feet off. That's not how it works.
Okay.
So, Joe, good morning.
Good morning.
What did you teach your significant other that you should have known already, or what did you learn that you should have already known?
So when we first got together, we were building something, and she was helping me out, and I asked her to pass me the Phillips head screwdriver, and she said, "The what?" And I said, "The Phillips head screwdriver." And I'm like, "The one with the cross." She's like, "There's no screwdriver here with the cross." So I had to physically go over there and show her which is a Phillips head, which is a flathead, and also the pliers. The same thing happened with the pliers. She brought me needle nose pliers, which I understand. Pliers, you can get them confused, but I was talking about the regular pliers.
Yeah.
So I had to teach her that stuff. But in fairness, since I'm embarrassing her, I embarrassed myself. She did teach me not to put reds in with the laundry with the whites.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because it turns everything pink. That's not a joke. Like you see it on TV and you're like, oh, that's stupid. No, it really does happen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to separate your whites. Yeah. You know what? The screwdriver thing, I can see where you can think that she should have known that because flathead is exactly what it is. Now, Phillips, you could be confused, but as long as you don't grab a flathead, which is flat, then you have the Phillips. Like you just do process of elimination.
Yeah. Well, I guess the flat is the one she's used to seeing, so she just
Got
gave
it.
me a flat.
Got it. All right, hang on one second. Those are good ones.
Mhm.
Those are good ones. All right, let's see. Gonna go to line 2 and Mark. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Huge fan and a first-time caller.
Hey, Mark is a first-time caller. We got a first-time caller number. You don't really use it for anything, even though we say you should use it for stuff. You don't really use it for stuff. Stephanie Reese, what's his first-time caller number? There you go. Microphone.
It is 5102.
5102. That is your caller number.
Yes, sir. 5102.
All right. What did you have to teach your significant other, or did they have to teach you?
My significant other had to teach me. I'm almost 60 years old, and we were in the kitchen, and she's looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, what? She's like, don't you know how to macerate strawberries?
Oh my God.
You're lying.
Okay, maybe I am.
You should have rode with it.
Oh, I should have rode with it.
No, I didn't know that's what it was called until yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was good.
I told you what the name
I
of it
always
is.
thought you just slice up strawberries, throw some water in it. That's what I called it. I didn't know there was an actual technical term for it. So we did learn that yesterday, at least. All right, let's see. We'll do one more. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'm calling from Mount Dora.
All right, from Mount Dora. What did you have to teach your significant other they should have already known, or did they teach you?
Oh, wait. Well, so I taught my significant other when Uber first had their deliveries, so Uber Eats, when it first came into like Orlando area, she had lost her job. So I taught her how to apply for Uber Eats. And I would ride with her for about 12 hours a day, trying to help her, get back on her feet.
Well, that's a good man of you.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all made some money from Uber Eats. I've always considered doing that.
Oh yeah, it was about like 600 a week that we were making
Oh, nice rate.
from Uber Eats. Yeah, just delivery.
Seriously.
All right, cool. Hang on one second. That's pretty solid.
Heck yeah.
All right, so we got Joe, Mark, and Brandon. I like Joe. Joe actually taught his wife the difference between a Phillips head and a flathead, which I
Yeah.
think is something that you assume everybody knows, but maybe they don't. You guys good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, gonna hook Joe up with a $165 gift card for Hammer and Nails. You can treat the dad in your life to a premium service at Hammer and Nails. Now, if you did not win, we'll have another big one tomorrow. Well, tomorrow we're gonna have a big Lux service to give away. But if you did not win, right now you could get $250 worth of credit to Hammer and Nails for just $125, and you can do that at CentralFloridaSaves.com. All right, it is 9:41. We'll come back and get out of here. Billie Eilish on Orlando's #1 hit music station, XL 1067. Johnny's House, 9:45. It's time for us to roll up out of here. What you got going on?
I have a big meeting later on that I have to attend, and
You got a job interview? You leaving?
maybe.
Do that. Don't you dare.
I'm just kidding.
Can you wait till next week?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But also, don't forget, we are broadcasting live from Activate tomorrow at Point Orlando. So you can come out and join us from 6 to 10. We'll be out there live, and you guys can come play some games with us and experience the new place we have here in Orlando.
Yep, it's going to be fun. I'm actually going out there to test everything today to make sure, not the games. I don't want to get ahead. I'm not See, y'all think I'm
you're gonna practice.
right.
Yeah,
I don't want
hold
you
on.
to think I'm practicing. I'm
All right.
testing the technical equipment here
Okay.
to make sure the broadcast is good. I won't play any games ahead of time because I don't want y'all to think I have an unfair advantage when I destroy y'all.
It's all right.
Excuse me, you're going down, sir.
Your age is your unfair advantage, so.
Let's
or is
go right
our unfair advantage?
Or is it my advantage because I'm wiser than you fools?
Yeah.
Ha-ha.
I think it's more momentum and
Yeah.
movement.
No, a lot of it's logic. See, that's the problem.
Is it?
Is you young people just run into things. You don't think before you run into things.
Oh.
And then you come out going, damn, I should have thought before I ran into things.
Gotcha.
See, that's the problem. That's why I'm going to beat y'all at Activate tomorrow. And I ain't even going to practice today.
Right, we're gonna have to pull up tomorrow.
How about
Oh,
that?
I'm ready. I'm gonna have my like tennis dress on and everything.
Let's go.
Cash me inside. How about that?
I will.
Cash me inside. How about that?
I will.
So I'm going to go test the lines out there today. Narice, what you got going on?
I'm gonna take it easy today. Gonna finish up my laundry from my travels, and instead of doing like the work that I usually do, like straight after work, I'm gonna go home, take a nap, and then come back and do that. So,
There you go.
I got a bunch of radio shows to do because tomorrow we're going to be out, which puts me behind everything. Plus, I got a holiday coming next week, so whatever. Don't forget, we'll be at Activate tomorrow, and then next Thursday, we are going to be over in Sanford at Tuffy's, kicking off the XL 1067 preset summer all summer long. Make sure you have your preset on the iHeartRadio app set to XL 1067. You got 15 choices across the top, so we're just asking for one or two of them. With XL and Johnny's house. First 500 people out at Tuffy's Music Box going to get in free to check out our very own 408s, who is one of our favorite bands. They're playing at the Warped Tour later on this year here. They're on tour right now. They're coming off just to do our show, which is pretty cool. And you can win McDonald's for a year. And I was just hit up that we're going to add in Billie Eilish tickets that someone can win while they're out there as well.
Let's
They
go.
just hit me in an email. So we'll have a pair of Billie Eilish tickets to give away. That's next Thursday. Tuffy's Music Box over in Sanford, part of the XL 1067 preset summer. Information about all of this stuff is online at xl1067.com. We are going to roll up out of here. Ryan Seacrest is up next, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow from Activate Orlando. Hey, everyone. Didn't talk to y'all today. I'm a little distracted. YouTube's been really glitchy too, by the way. I don't even know if you can hear me. Funny. Flathead screwdriver. Person called earlier today. Anyway, I got lots of work to do. Don't know if there'll be a live stream tomorrow. I don't know the internet capabilities of this place, but we'll see. I don't know. I will talk to him later today and find out if he's back or not. He planned on being back today. So we talked to him. I talked to him yesterday, but just didn't make it. So I don't know. But believe me, I'm ready for him to be back as well. I know a lot of people miss Johnny's voice and Johnny's good morning, and his general positive outlook on life. I try to not be too cynical when he's not here. We don't need Johnny's emo house. Today was a weird one because it was Pulse, the Remembrance Day, and so I balanced that with also being light. And I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be, newsy. I don't want to sound like I'm something I'm not. So today was a tough one. I would argue that the news side actually has days like today easier because they're expected to discuss news. So that's what they're expected to discuss. I'm expected to be respectful about it, discuss it, but also entertain people, which is hard to do when you consider the gravity of the day. So whatever. I'm sure somebody will be disappointed. All right, I got work to do. Peace out.